ibio Inc. ibio stock. Time to back this multi-bagger. ibio Inc. came to our notice based on this piece written on SeekingAlpha, and they have a summary as this. ibio Inc., a biotech firm, has witnessed an unprecedented rally in the last year. Financials may be weak, but it has the backing of Lincoln Capital, a firm with the experience of over 100 years. While it is highly dependent on the development of a COVID-19 vaccine, the company has offerings that could fasten the clinical trial process in the future. And they went on to write, the hope of a vaccine has managed to keep the markets up and running as healthcare stocks continue to thrive. Smaller names like ibio Inc. have displayed high beta characteristics, and the stock is up 832% this year as of July 14. One would wonder what is driving the share to such levels, even though the quarterly results have been very gloomy. The company witnessed a decline in quarterly revenue, and there has been a significant loss that has almost eroded the equity capital of the firm. Operating costs continue to be significantly higher than the revenue, dimming the prospects of profitability. Yet, we see a tremendous potential that justifies the rise in price. There are certain unique propositions that investors must consider before betting against the company. What does the company offer? iBiotech is a biotechnology firm that is involved in product development and manufacturing services. ibio CFB03 has been one of the most significant offerings that the company has so far, and the potential of the coronavirus vaccine is promising. This may not be the driving factor, but a recent revelation by the CEO holds tremendous potential. It is estimated that the company would have to produce 500 million doses of ibio 200 Vaseline virus-like particle, which is the vaccine, if the necessary approvals are obtained. While many may argue that the chances are small, the fact that it has received assistance from IBM Technology in proceeding with its clinical trials at no cost is a ray of hope. Even if the demand is halved to 250 million units, the earnings potential will be significant since the current quarterly revenue is only $0.1 million. The vaccine has the potential to cover the operating expenses as well, which stand at $4.2 million this year. Another factor has worked in favor of the company, and that is the inclusion in the Russell 2000 and Russell 3000 indexes. For a company that had earlier received a notification by the New York Stock Exchange to delist, inclusion in an index can be seen as an incremental positive for demand. The capital raised in March not only helped the company absorb losses, but also ensured that the biotech firm has enough cash in hand, which currently stands at $10 million, against a current liability of $6.2 million, out of which $3 million is on end revenue. Which, with such liquidity in place, the company should be able to operate for at least a few more quarters without issue. To be fair to the company, the fall in revenue is attributed to the timing difference in sales realized from CC Farming Limited of Beijing. The figures could get better in the subsequent quarters, improving the situation marginally. Okay, so what if the vaccine fails? The rally in biotech shares has been under the assumption that these companies should be able to deliver a vaccine. While bigger names have resources to handle a failure, companies like iBio have their hopes pinned. So, What happens if a firm does not have a vaccine? ibio has been one of those companies looking to speed up clinical trials. Every year, we face new virus threats, and companies in the healthcare industry rush to develop a vaccine. In its latest 10Q filing, it mentions, "We believe that our technologies and our development and manufacturing capabilities offer clients and collaborators multiple advantages over the use of legacy methods, including increased efficiency in early-stage product screening, more predictability, and shorter time frames during preclinical product development and testing, and significant time and cost savings in making the transitions between clinical trial phases and eventual product launch." Okay, risks to watch out for: failure or delay in the creation of a vaccine. As of now, the company solely relies on the success of ibio 200, with many competitors in the fray, and significant delay will not help the company clock a revenue worth billions. Unlike major companies, ibio does not have a strong product line to absorb losses incurred in the development of a single product. Weak financials. Regular quarterly losses have been eaten into the equity of the firm. It will be interesting to see how long Lincoln Capital persists with its investment, and if it infuses any more capital into the firm. Okay, I think we will leave you to read this. We'll include this in the link for you to read up. And let's just come back here and look at what happened yesterday. Yesterday it closed up. You can see it there. I think it closed up 69%. It has refreshed now. The market is gradually going to open soon. But in the pre-market, you can see it is up 16.22%. And you have seen this chart already. You have seen this chart, but we're going to come back to that. So we have a few fundamentals here. Okay, let's go back to the chart first. And you can see what's going on here. It has significantly outpaced its time series forecast. It's simple. It's moving average for 20-day, 50-day, and 200 days. It has, departed from them significantly. And you can see what the momentum curve is saying over here. The MACD has no business with the signal line. You can see how way up it is, and so it's just an indication that significant amount of momentum is occurring. You can see also the RSI is 91.0%. All of these things are just validating all that we have said, but at the same time, seeing this sort of overbought situation, well, people might be tempted to sell, and when they do so, there might be some significant amount of correction. Yet also, if they dig into their positions, you might see even a sharp increases as well, because as it is now, it is nearly everything that is on float has been bought up. So if more and more demand continues to get into the records, then and we see very few people keen on selling, then that will definitely increase the price of ibio. And then coming back to some of the fundamentals, we can see there's currently not trading options. It's too cheap, too small in price to be doing that, I think. And you can see a short interest of 3.4%. There isn't even a healthy skepticism towards the company, and so far very small amount of institutional investors are involved. So this stock has some way to go. If things improve, some people might be keen on holding on to their stock. So that is what is going to that is what might give it the momentum, give it the wind in the tail to keep the upward momentum. The fact that it holds a significant promise, It's still trading at $6 and some fraction, and it's gaining some of this interest from investors at the moment. So it looks like a promising stock, but it is highly risky. It has only one product at the moment, and but it is by and large very interesting to watch, very interesting to for those who are in it to get in. I suppose you can look at what we're seeing here. It's saying 2,110%, probably that is the gain it has so far. I think in the 6 months or so, or something like that. Yeah. So more fundamentals here on short squeeze. You can see the short interest increased by 88%, but even at that, it still represents a 3%, only 3% of the float. So, and as we indicated earlier on, and we're coming back to it, with this sort of overbought indication, the RSI points into indicating a 91% overbought interest. Yes, the thing there, like we've said, is that that if people don't, if people are not keen on selling, then there will be little room for. There should be little room for more short interest to affect this talk. I suppose there will be little room at the moment for that to happen, unless more people begin to sell up to cash in on the little gain they've gained now. But if you think this is a lot already, there's still more to go on it. Okay, thank you very much for watching this video. Don't fail to subscribe to the channel, sign up on our platform Equity for Keeps, and make very clever use of your money, and support us on Patreon and on and through PayPal. Thank you again for watching this video.